There is so many children that are being trafficked, and they don't even know it.
Common hotel used for commercial sex work and sex trafficking.
As my statistics say, I'm supposed to be dead.
It can be life or death. Whether for labor or sex, the never-ending demand for bodies in America continues to plague the nation. So suppliers engage in the illegal work of selling people to meet that demand. The Bureau of Justice Statistics reports the number of people prosecuted for human trafficking in the United States has more than doubled from 2011 to 2021. Across the country, the Human Trafficking Hotline identifies California as the state with the biggest problem, with more than 3,100 tips received and more than 1,000 cases identified in 2023. Texas, the state with the next highest number of cases, reports almost 800 fewer tips and nearly 150 fewer cases than California. So I took an in-depth look at California's problem and how it reaches cities like Bakersfield by speaking with the major players, including survivors, to show you the state of sex trafficking in Kern County.
Some may say this is a picture of innocence.
Trick-or-treat.
Dozens of children dress up in costumes.
Say trick or treat.
There you go.
Say thank you.
Walking house to house, all in pursuit of candy.
She over here laughing. Come on, Mama.
This is the childhood Odessa Perkins never had.
We skip the ones that don't have no light on.
But when you watch her with her grandchildren,
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
you would never suspect the tragedies in her past.
There was never a nonstop where, to me, there was peace and I just was able to live as a child.
Growing up in a troubled home was normal for Perkins.
What was that first experience like? Do you remember that?
I don't think you can ever forget.
When she was in junior high, she says winning her mother's approval and love was all she wanted as a young girl. So when her mom asked her to help the family, the answer was easy.
She took me in the house one day, had me shower, take a bath, something like that, and then she put perfume on me and we walked down the street.
There used to be a 7-Eleven gas station at this spot across the street from Bakersfield High School. And Perkins tells me the first time her mom sold her for sex, her trafficker picked her up in this alleyway. Her mom made the exchange for drugs.
When I went to that hotel with him, he had me do things to him and he did things to me. And then he turned around and dropped me off down the street from my house because he didn't want to be seen in front of my house dropping me off. And I went in the house and Mom told me take a shower and she said, "You did good."
Her mother would sell her to drug dealers, sometimes for money, other times for drugs.
I was told that I would be nothing more than a mattress for men to lay on.
For years, she endured the same ordeal. And with nowhere to turn, Perkins says she ended up in a physically abusive relationship.
So you learn to literally just deal with what you're given. I didn't believe in anything and anybody. And I didn't believe anybody cared about me either. Yeah.
As the sun sets on Union, you can see the problem clear as day.
I hear something new every single time.
Sergeant Cameron Bailey, a former detective in the human trafficking unit, took me on a drive around the Blade, a term to describe where commercial sex work and human trafficking happens.
Typically we have like 5 to 10 girls standing out right here. And then like there's a girl walking right here.
Under the cover of night, this may appear like a choice.
As you see, there's one girl standing out there right now.
But he tells me more often than not, exploiters force these women and girls through threats and manipulation to work these streets.
Having to ask if they can get food, being denied food and breaks because they haven't made enough money, and having a quota before they could stop working. Like, those are the kind of things that are commonly happening to the girls you see out there working every night. They look like they're having a good time.
This area, known as Bakersfield's Blade or the Block, spans down Union Avenue between 2nd and 4th Streets.
This will look like traffic at Disneyland sometimes. It's just car after car after car, and it's a little wild how busy it gets over here.
Bailey says officers commonly find workers, buyers, and exploiters on popular back streets like V Street.
So you have cars that are pulling over like this with girls walking in the middle of the road, waving at people.
If you're driving down Union in the evening, you'll probably see several women walking up and down this block. But Bailey says the Johns who purchase these women for sex dates usually don't face prison time, because in California, solicitation is a misdemeanor, typically only punishable by a couple days at Lerdo. Purchasing a minor for sex, though, is a felony, punishable by prison time.
Good things don't happen out there on the streets with kids.
As a teenager in Wasco, Ofelia Flores says she grew up in a physically abusive home after her parents separated. So she turned to her sister.
I would run away to my sisters, and they would call law enforcement, and I was labeled an out-of-control teenager.
But the place of refuge from her mom's house soon became her first exposure to exploitation.
And she said that I had to help hustle. And I didn't know what that meant, but I said, sure.
When she was 16 years old, her sister got her addicted to heroin and forced her to participate in sex acts to get money to support their addiction.
I didn't realize it was wrong. I realized I didn't want to do that. I was supposed to be, she gave me the heroin to try. I didn't want to be addicted to it. And I didn't like everything that came with it. And I wanted out. I had wanted out for a long time.
After falling out with her sister, Flores says she started hustling on her own.
I met this man who was in his 30s. He was married, had children, and I thought he was my boyfriend. And he was my second trafficker.
Angela Look with the Department of Human Services says traffickers like that, also known as the boyfriend or Romeo pimp, target the most vulnerable women and girls, making them believe they're in love.
The really sad reality is the child doesn't even realize that they're a victim yet. And so they'll be saying, no, he's my boyfriend, I'm fine, I'm doing this because I want to. All the while what's really happening is they're being trafficked and they're brainwashed, right?
The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime Statistics reports children make up 1 in every 3 labor and sex trafficking victims worldwide. It's an industry the International Labor Organization estimates generates more than $172 billion from forced commercial sex exploitation, with an estimated 6.3 million victims in forced commercial sexual exploitation across the globe. For context, if you add up the entire populations of Los Angeles and Chicago, you get 6.3 million people. The Bureau of Justice Statistics reports women make up an overwhelming number of sex trafficking victims, with disproportionate impacts on women of color.
There's like a hierarchy in trafficking, and a lot of people don't like talking about this because all races are trafficked. But for young black girls and brown girls are trafficked at a much higher rate than any other race. And in the hierarchy for traffickers, we also are worth the least.
The study identified 40% of sex trafficking victims identified as black, compared to 26% of victims who identified as white.
It just reminds me of like slavery.
Ashley Faison says she grew up in an abusive home in Sacramento. She would run away and met a man who would traffic her for the first time at 16 years old.
At 16, it seemed like this man was helping me because I didn't want to go back to an abusive space. But what I got into and what he introduced me to was like an evil that completely took over my life.
For the next 3 years, Faison says she was sold by 5 different traffickers and forced to meet a quota through sex work and stealing. She told her story to her local assemblyman when Senator Grove introduced Senate Bill 1414 to target the buyers.
When I was sharing my story with him, I had no idea what was to come after that.
In this moment, Faison says she realized the impact of sharing her story.
Ashley and I are the same age, and yet she was trafficked as a teenage girl. And while I was in high school playing Little League and going to summer camps, she was being exploited by people who were never held accountable for their crimes.
Hearing him say that on the assembly floor, tears just pouring down my face. And it's like, this is the impact.
SB 1414 makes it a felony for adults who are soliciting, attempting, or engaging in sex with a minor under 16 years old, punishable by up to 3 years in county jail, and requires those with a 10-year age gap to register as sex offenders. And for 16 and 17-year-olds, the prosecutor must prove they were victims of trafficking. This comes after Senate Bill 14, which classifies child sex trafficking as a felony and increases penalties for repeat offenders.
When we first started, most people thought it was in foreign countries or not here in California, and it is.
This issue extends far past the assembly floor and the state capitol. In 2023, the Human Trafficking Hotline identified nearly 17,000 victims in the U.S., with more than 2,000 of the victims or survivors in California. In 2024, the Kern County District Attorney's Office tried 6 human trafficking cases, resulting in 5 convictions, making it the most trials and convictions in the last 5 years.
I looked up the numbers across the nation from the Human Trafficking Hotline. California has the highest numbers of cases across the nation. How is that going to be fixed?
It needs to be fixed with punishment. You know, if you buy or sell a human being for whatever purpose, sexual exploitation or labor trafficking, there needs to be a punishment. It needs to be a felony or a serious felony, not just a misdemeanor.
While SB 14 has already become law, SB 1414 hasn't taken effect yet for people found guilty of purchasing a minor. And penalties won't change for people found buying adults for sex.
Current state law is a misdemeanor, 2 days in jail, like long enough to explain to your wife where you've been.
Those increased penalties won't take effect until January 2025.
If you're selling a child, you deserve to be in jail. And if we have to fill up the jail with pedophiles, then that's what we need to do.
You carry blame. Like, oh, I was an adult, so I knew what I was doing, you know, and that's not the truth.
When we come back, we'll tell you the story of Ofelia Flores, a woman who shares her experiences with young women in order to educate them on how to recognize when they're being trafficked. For some survivors, it takes more than justice in the courts to remedy the impacts. Survivors like Perkins and Faison say they go to therapy regularly to rebuild their self-esteem and unlearn the responses they developed as a kid.
There's so many different pieces that come. The psychological trauma is very, very profound. And so it takes a long time to heal through all of those different pieces.
With solo travel, support groups, and restorative experiences through her organization, Diamond Collective, Faison hopes to help women heal and build a new life after trafficking.
What I want to do is celebrate survivors who have boldly and courageously stepped forward to start their healing journey.
That's the same kind of support Flores hopes to share with women and girls who are in the same place she was years ago. Flores' life started to change for the better when she says she decided to confess at the Kern County Sheriff's Office and was booked into juvenile hall for being under the influence of heroin.
That is where I needed to be.
Years later, Flores would drive by juvenile hall, remembering all the time she spent in the facility.
Some really not so nice staff would say, okay, well, next is Lerdo. And, you know, but there was the nice staff outweighed the jerks. And next for me is Lerdo, but I go in as a speaker, not an inmate.
She visits both Lerdo pretrial facility and juvenile hall to show up for the women and girls in hopes of building a safe space for other survivors in Kern County.
I was there many, many times and nobody came. Nobody came. And so I go into juvenile hall and the kids ask me why I come, because do you have a family? Do you have a job? And I say, yeah. Why do you come? Why do you come and see us? I said, because I was here many times and nobody came. So I'm going to come. I'm going to come for you.
In the facilities, Flores passes out cards to educate the women and girls on terms like boundaries and scapegoat, so they can identify their trauma and begin to heal when they're ready.
There is so many children that are being trafficked, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They think they're in love and that we don't understand.
Each time she visits the girls and tells her story, she says she heals little by little, aiming to support the kids who were like her so they can create a life beyond these walls, just like she did.
Because that's like years and years of years thinking that all this was my fault. Being told that I was mature, I was an adult, I was not like other children, you know. And so with that, you carry blame. Like, oh, I was an adult, so I knew what I was doing, you know. And that's not the truth. The truth is I was a kid, and it wasn't my fault.
I don't think you ever really come out of it, though. You know, you learn to deal with it.
Stay with us as we wrap up our Surviving Sex Trafficking special.
Come on, Mama. Happy Halloween. Thank you. Happy Halloween.
While this may not have been the life Perkins had as a kid, she says she's made it a point to give her kids and grandkids the life she wanted.
I don't think you ever really come out of it, though. You know, you learn to deal with it.
According to the United Nations, only 1% of victims survive human trafficking.
And who are you? Sally.
Despite having her childhood innocence stolen, Perkins defied the odds, earning an associate's degree, a bachelor's, and 3 masters, becoming an author, a high school counselor, and an advocate for survivors by founding her organization Empowerment to support at-risk youth impacted by trafficking.
How I'm here today, I really don't know. I really don't know. So I'll have to say it must have been God.
She speaks at events telling her story to raise awareness about human trafficking and domestic violence. And while life after trafficking isn't easy, she says her inner child can rest, knowing her work protects other kids who are just like her.
I want to give youth and adults what I didn't have. I want to show them that, you know what, you are worthy. You do deserve love. And no matter what your life was, doesn't mean that's what it has to be.
If you or someone you know may be a victim of human trafficking, you can contact the Human Trafficking Hotline at the number on your screen. And 23ABC will provide a list of nonprofit organizations and resources for sex trafficking victims and survivors on our website, turnto23.com. Thanks for watching and take care. For 23ABC News, I'm Dominique Lavigny, your Bakersfield neighborhood reporter.